A would-be hero is paying the price for trying to do the right thing, but did she do the right thing? Heather Burkinshaw-Stanley was a waitress at the Waffle House in Newnan, Georgia, until she attempted to stop 3 alleged robbers in their tracks. Instead of paying their bill, those men allegedly handed the cashier a note that demanded money and threatened to shoot everyone in the restaurant. Police say the men actually did make it out, walked out after a waitress gave them $200, but Heather Burkinshaw-Stanley went to her car in the parking lot looking for her 9mm.
I didn't know if they had guns. I didn't know if they were going out to their vehicle to get another one and come back and try to get into the safe or whatnot. I didn't know. So, like I said, my instinct was to go out to my car and get my gun.
And that she did. So she fired once into the air over their heads. She says she was in fear for her life and the lives of her coworkers and the people in the restaurant. And then she was promptly fired from the Waffle House. And we can't get any answers why. We've reached out to the Waffle House. They're not commenting at this point. She has talked to them. They say they're investigating. But what? Joining me again, Lonnie Coombs, Danny Savalos, and Kathleen Mullen. Lonnie, seriously? There's nothing illegal about what she did. This was Georgia. You're allowed to have a weapon in your car. Even if you don't have a permit, you can have a weapon in your car in Georgia.
Well, Ashley, there's one thing that everyone who fires a gun needs to remember. Even if you're not aiming at someone, when you fire a gun and that bullet goes up in the air, it's going to come down. And there's always a possibility it's going to hit someone. Now, she says that she was protecting the Waffle House, her co-workers, trying to get the money back. The problem with what she did is that the robbers were already leaving. They had the money, they were leaving. At that point, it's hard to argue that she was still in fear for her life.
I can argue it. I'm going to stand up for this lady. I really like her. She's adorable, by the way. We got a hold of her on the phone. She doesn't want to come on camera and talk anymore. But I can tell you what she told us. She said, I just did what any mom would do, protect the nest. Everyone on that shift called me mom, and Waffle House was my family. She also said that she worried those guys were headed back to their car to get additional weapons, and so she scared them off. And you know what? They did take off. So ultimately, Danny, you know what? I want to get Danny to jump in here, because you'll always play the devil's advocate, too. Can't you argue for her that she did the right thing?
I was going to argue against her, Ashley. I was going to take the position opposite to you and defend Waffle House. And full disclosure, in fairness, I have spent many hours from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. in Waffle Houses.
How did I know that about you?
Other than that, I have absolutely no connection. I will tell you, Waffle House, from what I understand, has a no firearms policy inside the store. Add to that the fact that this is not a case of somebody carrying a firearm or brandishing a firearm. This is somebody discharging a firearm, arguably after the threat had passed. And just as Lonnie said, when you discharge a firearm, the law treats you very differently, and it will scrutinize the reason that you use that firearm. But irrespective of whether the use of force was warranted under criminal law, Waffle House, as a private company, is free to make whatever policies it wants. No firearms, no funny hats. You must wear T-shirts, although I've seen that violated many times.
Kathleen, come in and defend her. I like this woman.
I think she's going to.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I am with this lady. Listen, a gun policy is all well and fine, and a private employer certainly has that right. But if I'm a customer in that Waffle House at 2:30 eating my eggs and hash browns, and these guys come in looking for me, I'm liking my waitress to have her own 9mm. She did what she believed was the right thing to protect herself and her co-workers in the face of obvious and videotaped danger. I am with her 100%.
I'm with Heather, too. I'm going to get a hashtag, I'm with Heather. She says it's a 50-50 chance she's going to get her job back. I hope the Waffle House goes easy on her. I think her intention was good, and those jerks have really messed things up for a lot of people today. By the way, do we have those pictures? We can show them again. It's kind of hard to see who they are, but they released those 3 pictures of those guys. Let's put them up there. You know these guys? They have not only taken $200 and a free meal from Waffle House, but they cost Heather Shorty Burkinshaw-Stanley her job so far. You know what? Do something good on this new year. Do something to find these guys. Man, losers. Happy New Year, Heather. I hope you get your job back. A woman who dedicated her life to helping others goes missing, and then days later she's found dead in the worst place possible, the trash. That investigation's heating up.